a jaw-dropping mystery is rocking MotoGP. Marc Márquez is killing it, crushing Pecco Bagnaia's reign with unstoppable domination. Can Pecco fight back, or will Ducati crown a new king? Hit like, subscribe, and let's dive into the drama. Come on. When Ducati signed Marc Márquez for the 2025 MotoGP season, the move was hailed as bold and necessary. The six-time Premier Class champion was seen as the missing weapon in Ducati's arsenal, a rider who could take their already dominant machine and make it his own. Nobody expected, though, just how devastating Márquez's arrival would be for Pecco Bagnaia, the man who had defined Ducati's modern era. Fast forward 16 rounds into the season, and the contrast could not be more brutal. Márquez is on the verge of a seventh world title, dizzying dominance, while Pecco is living through the worst campaign of his career since his Pramac days. What once looked like a team built around Pecco's calm determination and methodical approach has become a showcase of Márquez's relentless brilliance. In the process, Pecco's confidence has been utterly shattered. Inside the Ducati Lenovo garage, you can feel the split. On one side sits Marc Márquez, the benchmark, having won 11 Grands Prix and 14 sprints already this season. His dominance is so overwhelming that he could clinch the title as early as Motegi, needing just 3 points more than his brother Alex to seal it. Ducati executives, engineers and sponsors couldn't have dreamed of a stronger return on their gamble. On the other side of the red garage, the atmosphere is hauntingly subdued. Pecco Bagnaia, a two-time champion, and, once, the face of Ducati's empire, sits in the shadows of frustration. At Misano, he finished 13th in the sprint and crashed out of the Grand Prix itself. Once more, fleeting glimpses of promise dissolve into harsh reality. The silence from his corner of the garage speaks louder than words. Gigi Dall'Igna captured it perfectly. "I've lost my patience too, and Pecco's fans have lost their patience. It seems quite normal to me that someone can say these things when results aren't coming. This isn't the Gigi we're used to." Technically, the root of Pecco's crisis points to the GP25's front-end behaviour. Known for his late-breaking artistry, his ability to stop the bike on a dime, Pecco has lost his greatest weapon. He admits he no longer has the feel to push under braking, something that once made his telemetry the envy of Ducati's other riders. The irony? Riders on older machinery, like Alex Márquez on the GP24, are producing data that looks eerily similar to Pecco's 2023 title-winning runs. The bike, it seems, is capable. But Ducati's pre-season decision compounded the issue. With a development freeze in place until 2026, they opted to run a modified 2024 engine as the safe choice. That decision knocked Pecco's delicate balance off course. Márquez, ever adaptable, simply adjusted his style and rode around the problem. Fabio Di Giannantonio has also managed flashes of competitiveness on similar machinery. Pecco hasn't. His lap time feedback often doesn't match the data. Ducati's head of data, David Attisano, admitted, "The data maybe could not tell everything because there is something in the human factor that we cannot replicate. We are not able at the moment to clone Pecco in a simulation." This gap between numbers and feeling has created a vicious cycle. Pecco loses confidence, the team can't find answers, and his results spiral further. The statistics are damning. In 2023, Pecco scored 467 points with 7 wins and 4 sprint victories. In 2024, he fought Márquez's resurgence to the wire, earning 498 points and finishing runner-up. But this season, just one Grand Prix win at Kota, inherited only because Márquez crashed out from the lead. The other, far harsher truth is psychological. Andrea Dovizioso, who knows Ducati pressure better than most, didn't mince his words. Marc has put everyone on edge. Psychologically, it's devastating. For a rider whose ego is inevitably sky high, it becomes counterproductive. Dovizioso believes Pecco's ego, carefully built through back-to-back titles, has been crushed by watching Márquez do things on the same bike that he simply cannot. Every victory Márquez takes deepens the wound. This isn't new for Márquez. At Honda in 2019, Jorge Lorenzo was similarly broken by the Spaniard's ability to extract results from a notoriously brutal RC 213V. History is repeating itself in Ducati Red. Even MotoGP legend Giacomo Agostini weighed in. Marc had the determination to come back, but I thought Pecco would give more of a fight. Instead, he found a furious Márquez and lost his determination. The head is the most important thing. He lost it. This is where the story turns devastating for Pecco. Márquez hasn't just beaten him on track. He's taken control of the Ducati garage itself. The team that once rallied around Pecco now orbits Marc. His charisma, relentless drive, and unmatched adaptability have tilted Ducati's culture. Even Ducati's rider coach, Manuel Poggioli, urged Pecco to follow Alex Márquez's example. Having Marc alongside you is definitely an added value. Alex already benefited from the experience. It should be a stimulus to improve, but that's easy to say and nearly impossible to do. Márquez's riding style is unique, his limits unnatural. What motivates Alex has instead demoralised Pecco. The younger Márquez has thrived, enjoying his best MotoGP season with 5 podiums and a stunning win in Barcelona. Pecco, meanwhile, trails him by nearly 100 points. At this point, Pecco's situation mirrors Dovizioso's warning. His ego is broken, his determination waning, and his place as Ducati's golden child effectively gone. To appreciate just how thoroughly Márquez has dismantled his rivals, consider the scale of his comeback. His 182-point lead over Alex could set a record margin for a title victory, eclipsing the 151-point gap he established in 2019 over Dovizioso. Even Dovizioso, critical of Márquez's inability to hold back, admitted Marc has matured. Accepting second place to Alex in Barcelona showed restraint many thought impossible. He's not just devastatingly fast, he's become calculating. For Ducati, this is history in the making. For Pecco, it's humiliation. So what now? Ducati faces a dilemma. Publicly, they insist Pecco remains central to their long-term vision. Mauro Grasili reassured, "Pecco was happy having Marc as a teammate. He's really part of our strategy. Our target is to have both riders in the right positions." But internally, patience is gone. Ducati's announcement that Alex Márquez will receive factory machinery in 2026 only sharpens the pressure. If Alex thrives while Pecco continues to sink, Ducati's loyalty will be tested. At risk is not just third place in the standings. Marco Bezzecchi's Aprilia is closing in, but Pecco's entire aura as Ducati's leader. Entering 2026 still lost would be catastrophic. Don't miss the MotoGP madness. Marc Márquez is crushing it, but can Pecco Bagnaia pull off a jaw-dropping comeback? Will Ducati's empire rally behind their fallen star, or is Márquez's domination unstoppable? Jump into the action. Subscribe now, drop your predictions in the comments, and cheer for your rider like a true fan.